Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today we are checking out probably the coolest helicopter to hit the Microsoft Flight Simulator world yet. That is the UH-1H Huey from Taog's Hangar. Now you guys, Taog has done a bunch of freeware products for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I believe this is his first payware release, and holy crap did he nail it. Stick around. If you are interested in acquiring any of my overkills tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator, or simply interested in supporting the channel, please consider joining us on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future releases that come down the road. Patreon link can be found in the description below.
Overkill simulations, watch us as we fly. Overkill simulations, the thrill will never die.
All right, guys, so a little bit of backstory. I am a huge Huey fan. It is probably my favorite module in DCS World. For those of you who don't know, DCS World stands for Digital Combat Simulator, and they have a very, very well done version of the UH-1. It is absolutely badass. Everything from the sounds to its features to the guns to the transport, you name it, they got it in there. Taog did the same thing. We have actually 3 different variants of this aircraft currently in the sim. There is a civilian version, a services version, so things like medevac, fire extinguisher or firefighting versions. You have both the bucket as well as the pipe hose where you can fill it, and then we have the military variant. Today we're flying the military variant just to sort of give you guys an idea of how it operates, how it flies. The flight model is absolutely on par. The textures are great. Wait till you hear the sounds of this thing starting up. There are tons of different key bindings and controls that you can bind to the aircraft to make it a bit easier to navigate. Now, I was going to show the firefighting version one, but I decided not to because it's really difficult to show that in my current setup here, if you will, while trying to maintain control of the aircraft. Again, it is a very, very well modeled helicopter, and you guys are going to see a lot of that in the way it flies. As long as I'm in the cockpit, I do all right, but you get me out of the cockpit, things get a little hazy. So we are using the Beam eye tracker today, you guys. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you look down in the description below. There is a link to it, $30 US, and you can have any cell phone or webcam, any webcam, used as an eye and head tracker. It is absolutely phenomenal software, so you guys will get some head tracking today as well. So let's go ahead and jump into the seat. Now, when it comes to the UH-1, I'm already fairly familiar with it. I don't necessarily follow all of the procedures that you would see in the real world. There is a pre-flight checklist. Everything, all of documentation is included, and it's also broken down based on the variant of the aircraft. So not only is the aircraft itself stellar, but the documentation that is included with it is also available for you as well. You also have the availability with each aircraft, each variant, you have a tablet. So again, this is the military version. So let's step down here and let's zoom in a little bit closer so you guys can see what you got. You got all these different options that you can either remove or take. So we're going to take the surfboards off. We're going to put the side mounts on. For example, if we step outside, you guys can see there's the side mounts for any kind of armament that may have been installed with the aircraft. Now, there's no combat simulation with this. Obviously, it's Microsoft Flight Simulator, guys. Settle down. But we can also remove the doors if you want. So if we wanted to kick some of these doors out of here, you can remove those as well, which definitely helps with the sound. Rotor wash, you can, or heat blur effects. If you guys are having kind of FPS impact, you can remove those as well. So a lot of this is done directly from the tablet. VRS, vertical ring state. Basically what this is if the helicopter starts to descend faster than the rotors can generate lift, you get into what's called VRS. Now that is a very, very high level explanation, you guys. There's far more to it than that. But let me put it this way. If that happens while you are at low altitude or with minimal forward momentum, you turn this beautiful helicopter and yourself into a crater in the ground, if it gives you an idea. It's a bad thing, okay? We don't want that to happen. So if you find yourself consistently going into VRS, you're new to helicopters, whatever it may be, you can disable that where it won't happen to you at all. You can have a GPS tablet. You guys can see it pop up right there. Gives you just basically a Garmin, sort of the VFR map that you guys see in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm not going to worry about that today. We're just going to have some fun VFR screwing around here. You can do modern avionics if you choose. I am absolutely not going to do that. You can show your crew if you're doing a troop transport. I believe we can come back. There you guys go. Let's go ahead and keep them on board for us. You can change it to a medical cabinet. You can show your crew chief, right? Step outside. There's our crew chief, right? So we'll go ahead and leave him there. And if we want, we can remove the cedar armored plating. But we're going to leave everything on as is here. And if you damage the aircraft, you can repair from here as well. So each variant of the aircraft is going to have a different tablet based on its performance. For example, if you're doing the firefighter one, all of your firefighting options are going to be here as well. And you can change it and mix it up and decide how you want to roll. Really, really well done. And by the way, guys, I'm going to hit you with the price right now. This thing is only $30 US. I am saying only for a reason. Just wait till you guys hear this thing. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm not going to wait any longer. Let's get this aircraft fired up. So again, I'm just going to sort of go through my process of what I remember from DCS World. It has worked so far, hasn't failed me yet. So let's see here. We're going to set our lights to flash. We're going to turn that anti-collision light on. Pitot heat we're not going to worry about. Cargo wheel, we're good there. Navigation position lights. The reason why you have 4 settings here is, especially in the military, is if you are, for example, in a 4 flight of most groups of aircraft in the military operate in groups of 4. So whether you're fighter jets, helicopters, things like that, if you are in a group, usually it is 4 aircraft or less. So this would identify what flight number you are, and it would actually flash the position lights based on that aircraft number. So for example, if we were the flight lead or group lead, we would set it to 1. If we were last in the group, we would set it to 4. In our case, we're just going to set it to bright since it's daylight outside. Okay, so checking things here. We have AC power. We want AC phase. We want to make sure that we are all set on the ESS bus. Main gen should be on. If we remove that, we should already be there. That hits it to the reset. Let's get it back to the on position. Get that back and guarded. Okay, starter gen should be in the start position for engine start. And we're going to go ahead and flip that battery. We're going to start getting yelled at. Ah, what's going on? Where's my buttons? Oh, helps you turn the keyboard on. Nope, my keyboard is on. What's going on? Oh no, the battery's dead. We can't have that. Okay. Well, that's going to be a problem. Oh wait, never mind. It's not dead. It's dying though. So we'll come down here. I just haven't bound that keybind. So, low RPM. That's what that audible warning was indicating that the RPM was low. Trim force switch should be on. Hydraulic switch should be on. Chip detection, that's really for anti-icing conditions and things like that, or icing conditions. We don't really have to worry about that as of right now. We can turn our IFF on. Actually, that's not the IFF. I don't know what that is. It looks like master radio. We'll mess with that later. I'm not going to worry about that. I just want to fly it. Fuel. Let's go ahead and turn our fuel on. There's our fuel getting turned on. And we'll... Oh, we need the inverter. Coming back up top. Inverter. You can either do spare or main. We obviously, ideally, you want main. So, oh, of course, naturally, I'd flip it the wrong way as I say that. Coming back down. Make sure I have everything set. And that's pretty much all we need for engine start. So let's do this. So there is a starter switch right under here. It's actually on the back side. We're going to click that. Oh, got to hold it. And we're going to monitor the engine RPMs, looking for about 10%. And then we can let go of that starter button. Actually, I think that was the IFF that I was looking at. And then now we can induce fuel. Slowly increasing RPMs. There we are at max. Listen to these sounds. Let's go outside. Listen to that prop chop. They nailed it, dude. Taog nailed it. Let me actually turn these sounds up just a hair. Inside, it sounds absolutely phenomenal. So we are getting an IFF warning. And that just means the IFF system is off. On the version that I'm used to... Oh, nope. The IFF panel is right here, but let me check. Oh, I suppose it helps if I just hit the on switch. It's a little bit different panel. On the DCS version, there is a rotary right here that you turn on to enable IFF. Let's set our barometric pressure. Let's turn our head tracking back on. Check that up just a bit. we go. All right, we should be square here. You know what? I think I'm on the actual limits of my head tracker. Maybe we'll just leave the camera off today. Let's leave the camera off. There we go. So we're doing a quick cruise, make sure I can see everything. All right. Now I'm also using the Virpil Collective for this. It's using the Black Hawk grip. If you guys haven't checked that out, I highly recommend it. There is a major difference if you switch from a standard grip or standard throttle to... Oh, let's clear that master caution. What is that one? Yep. There's a major difference between using an actual collective to a real throttle. There we go. There's that prop wash coming in. And we should start getting some lift here in a second. Let's try to do a quick hover check. Alright, looks good. Pick her up. Just gonna use the ground effect, let it get us rolling and pick us up. Absolutely phenomenal flight model, you guys. This thing is incredible. Such a good job with this helicopter. It is so much fun. And this is by far my favorite helo of all time. Nothing will ever top the Huey. It was a workhorse, and it's been a workhorse since the day it was conceived, if you will. My favorite thing to do in DCS with it is like troop transport or logistics. But I like to get it down low, scrape the treetops. Really get into it. I recommend you guys put yourself in sort of a war mentality. You're staying low, you're staying under those trees, staying away from enemy visibility and gunfire. Weight is also considered with this aircraft. For example, if you're using the firefighting version, you need to make sure that you, and it says it in the documentation, you set your fuel below 30%. And as you take on water with it, you will feel, quote unquote, the difference in lift requirement in the collective. You'll require significantly more collective to maintain lift on the aircraft, and on the counterpart there, once you dump that water out, it's much easier to control. So right now, I believe by default, we're about 90% fuel capacity. So the aircraft is heavy. We've also got troops on board, so that's going to add some weight. So it's definitely requiring a lot of collective to maintain it. But if we were to shed some of that weight off, it would obviously require significantly less. Okay, so now I'm going to go outside and see if I can't get you guys some pictures of this. Let's see what happens. So weird to do from the outside. Helicopters are already tricky enough without adding to it. There you guys go. Ah! Don't roll it, don't roll it. Other way. I'm just trying to get you guys some good outside shots here, and this is not going well. Helicopters are so much more difficult to maintain from the third-person view. Alright, that's all you guys get. That's all you guys get. I can't do anymore. Yeah, the helicopter is mad. You can see we got a master caution up. Guarantee we did some damage on that thump on the ground. Let's see if I can't bring the tablet up and at least repair it. I'm going to only call that partial pilot error because technically I was just trying to be cinematic here. There we go. Okay. Whew. Alright, let's clear the master caution again. Alright. There we go. So we've got control of our aircraft again. Whew. That was not fun. That was scary. Trim obviously works perfectly fine on. You guys can set up your lateral and longitudinal trims on the aircraft. I haven't set mine up yet. I sort of how I judge the helicopters is how much do you need to trim them versus are they sort of just flying on rails, and this one is definitely not. I would definitely recommend the trim. It's a scream in VR. Whoa! Ooh! A little low. Dumped that collective a little too far. Like I said, we are definitely heavy. And listen to that rotor chop as I change pitch. Absolutely nails it. See if we can try a combat landing. Hot LZ approach here. Wasn't too bad. Not quite what I was expecting. Alright, let's get these troops out of here to go storm the local Walmart. Out of here, guys. Good luck. Alright, go take that Walmart by storm. And like I said, taking those troops out of there, the aircraft is much lighter now. I felt it immediately in the collective. And we're gone. So there you guys go. That is the Taog's Hangar UH-1 Huey. It is phenomenal, you guys. Absolutely phenomenal. I can't recommend this aircraft enough. Link to it is down in the description below. You guys can find it on flightsim.to. Worth every penny. And again, there are 3 variants of this aircraft. I think we'll definitely be flying this one a heck of a lot more. It is my favorite helicopter by far. Everything from the textures to the sound to the performance of the aircraft. Like I said, right up there with the DCS world, and that's saying something in my opinion. So, as always, folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe and healthy, and I shall see you in the next one.